G'day, it's Matt the 1 Minute Gardener here. Today I'm going to show you how to make an attractive low care basket with succulents. Here's one that Candice has made earlier. The one I'm going to make shortly is probably a little bit less detailed than this, but that just shows you some of the effects you can get. Look at the colours in there. All those plants there have just come out of the garden, gone straight in, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So you can do it like this with a few bits and pieces, a couple of dollars worth of pot and some sphagnum moss. Anyway, that's in store at Cherry Road if you want to come and have a look at it. So this here's a big hanging basket, and I'm just going to try and make it look a bit individual by putting a few different colours in here. So got a nice plant there for the centre. This is going to be our feature for the middle. A couple of pink succulents to go around the edge. Try and get them on a triangle. In baskets like this, you've got a little hole every 1/3 of the way around, so it makes it a bit easier to line up. Don't have to be too gentle with these, they're very hardy and they can operate on a small amount of roots, so if you knock a little bit of soil off when you're planting them, won't worry them too much. Alright, so there's the plants we've put in that were already in pots. I don't have those as cuttings here in the nursery yet, but I was really looking for some colour in there. So after that, something like chalk sticks, which are quite common. If you got one of these, it turns into a lot pretty quick in your garden. And we're just going to use these to give a bit of colour in close here. So once you strip it off, it's just a matter of getting what you need and just pushing them into the soil nice and straight. Wherever you want them on in the little pot design here. Now these have got no roots on them at the moment, but they're very hardy. They'll take their own roots. You don't really have to even consider them any different to a plant with roots. I'd even suggest that you don't try and overwater these or give them extra water. They're so hardy, it's just probably better for all the plants in there if you don't water them when you put them in. So now you've seen that side, I'm just going to whack these ones in quickly so we can fill it up. Now this is just a plastic hanging basket I'm using here, but you can see from what Candice created earlier, an old terracotta pot lying around the house. Old hanging baskets, old coconut fibre line baskets, the sort of ones you might have that the plant's no longer with us. Any of those things. You can see there the colour's really coming together nicely now. I'm just going to finish it off with some yellow for some contrast. Now this is a little sedum, also grows really well from cuttings. Low care plant, no fuss, so we're just going to lay them in there around the edge. Now this, if you got this at home, you'll know that there's plenty of it around too, so don't skimp on the cuttings. It won't worry them, they won't overcrowd, and it won't worry them at all if there's 10 or 5 in each there. I think it's better when you're doing this to get it to look as good as possible straight away. You can always prune a few bits and pieces off later on if they all flourish. So you can put a few more in there if you want, but there's a nice bit of colour there, contrast against the blue. The main reason I want to finish this right now, instead of just showing you one of the sides, is just to show you just how quick you can come up with an attractive basket that's unique and different to anything else you'll be able to buy or anything your friends' gardens have got in them. So this is just simply a matter of a good quality potting mix to start with in here. Holds enough moisture to get these little succulents to grow their roots effectively and not let them dry out while they haven't got roots, particularly if you did it in the warmer months. We're doing this in the middle of winter right now, which is a good time for succulents because they've got a heap of colour on them and they're more attractive. So really that's about it. Short of that, if you want to turn it into a hanging basket, these can be hung up Or another way to use it would be to just drop it in the top of a pot that it just about fits in. Maybe an old urn that you got lying around. And then last but not least, a little bit of 1 minute fertiliser. Now what this does is just make sure all the little plants get a trickling of fertiliser. They'll take it in even without roots, but it also settles them in faster, and the quicker they settle in, the quicker you'll be enjoying this growing into a mass. So that's it. That's basically a succulent basket with heaps of colour, 2 or 3 minutes of your time. And if you've got a few succulents in the garden, it doesn't really need to cost you much more than a bit of potting mix and maybe 1 or 2 extra plants if you haven't got them all.